back to Youth in Agriculture. Tuko hapa naye Leticia Nyongesa ambaye ni mkulima katika shamba hili la Isipe Kasarani, Nairobi County, na hapa ndipo mahali utafiti wa wadudu ambao unaathiri mimea inafanyika, na ametueleza kuwa vile unafaa kupanda hii multi-storey garden. Na sasa Leticia, karibu tena kwenye show.
Asante sana.
If you want us to come to your farm, it is very simple. You can just send us your name, the name of your farm and location to our free SMS line 22151. Ama pia unaweza enda kwenye social media zetu @ktnhome_, na mimi pia unaweza nipata kwenye @marion_the_agri-producer. Sasa tuendelee na mazungumzo yetu leo. Leticia, umesema kuwa hii unafaa kupanda kwa njia mbili, si ndio? Directly ama pia unaweza tumia ile mbinu ya kutransplant, si ndio?
Sure.
Baada ya kupanda, what is next?
Baada ya kupanda, actually you have to water. Unafaa kumwagilia maji ndio ishike. So ukishaona imeshashika vizuri, then you can now plant your crops for to the next layer.
Which type of irrigation is required?
Use of any irrigation. Yeah, any irrigation is required.
Which one
Just
do you
any
need?
type, but for here I prefer the piping, use of pipes. Yeah, because from the source up to here it's a little bit distant, so I just have to connect from the tank and then water on top. Yeah.
Why is it important to water on top?
To water on top, okay, as we all know, the Desmodium is best for supplying nitrogen, to the plants. So watering on top will have to release these nutrients from the soil up to the next layer that you have planted the vegetables. That's why it's advisable. For me, I water on top. That's why I'm advising people to water on top so that nutrients can flow to the next layer. Yeah.
And are you sure that mimea ambayo iko hapa chini itashika maji vizuri kama yenye iko hapa juu?
Yeah, you have to actually flood it. But not that much. You flood it in such a way that it doesn't spill away. It will just retain there. It retain in that structure that you are flooding, so that water from here it will seep to the next layer.
Unafanya vizuri sana na pia unawapa changamoto vijana kama sisi kufanya shughuli za kulima, si ndio?
Yeah.
Sasa tuendelee. After watering, how often do you water?
Like this, you can water twice in a week. Yeah. But
why twice?
Because this structure is best for conservation of water. Like this structure, like I have said, if you flood, you don't have to flood every day. You just have to water twice in a week. Like if you water today, coming tomorrow, coming the other day, it will still have water.
How do you space the multi-storey garden?
From one multi-storey garden to the other, we've got a distance of 1 meter in between the structures. But coming to plants, it's for the vegetables, it's advisable you at least leave 30 centimeters in between the vegetable.
Where exactly do you plant them? Is it hapa katikati ama huku mwisho?
Actually, you have to plant it katikati for that maximum penetration of roots. Because like huku mwisho, roots hazitakuwa vizuri sana because zitakuwa zinamea, like the vertical roots, the one that goes to the sides. Hazitapata that more space. So you have to plant it in between, the distance in between these structures. So una plant in between hizo roots zipate the way through.
And wrong spacing comes with overcrowding, which comes with a lot of pests and diseases. But with this garden, is there any advantage it has on controlling the pests that affect the plants as compared to the open field farming?
Sure, it got a lot of advantages as compared to the open field. The first advantage coming to pests, we got so if you can see like the first layer, I've planted the first layer, then I've from the second layer I've planted the Desmodium, then on the third layer. So coming to pests, like if a pest affects this crop here, it won't find the easiest way to be infested to the next crop, to the next layer, it won't be easy. Things like aphids, the one that moves slowly. Once it affects the bottom layer, the bottom layer, it won't spread to the second layer because of that slow motion of movement. Yeah.
Why is it so? Is it that they are confusing each other, or the story is just confusing the pests?
This structure is really confusing the pest because it won't be able to fly it won't be able to detect where can I move, Yeah, where can I go next to the plant? So like it will infest the layer that it has infested initially. That is where it will spread more. But coming to the next layer, it won't be easy because zitakuwa confused kabisa. Asajua where to go next because azitaona like tupande juu or like kama ziko juu tushuke chini ama tuende kando ama I don't know. So like yani zitakuwa the nearby plants hizo ndo zitakuwa more infested.
Which other advantage does this type of system has as compared to planting in the open field when it comes to pest control?
Okay, another alternative for the crop control is like planting the repellent crops. Like for here, I've planted desmodium on the first layer, then I've left out the second layer, then the third layer planted desmodium. The reason for this is because this desmodium has the natural control agent that repels away pests. For example, the aphids, you have the DBM, that's the diamond back moth. Then you have the thrips. It really repels away those pests. But apart from desmodium, you can also plant another crops like the coriander. You can plant onions here, they repel some of the pests. So this is another advantage, very good advantage for pest control. You don't have to plant all the layers because of the pest control. That's what I was doing here.
Of course, when it comes to agriculture, there's the agribusiness side. Yeah. What advantage does this multi-story garden has when it comes to profit margins?
It really gives a lot of yields as compared to the vertical production, the horizontal production side. Because like here, this multi-story garden, when it's full, it accommodates up to 100 vegetables. So for instance, on my side here, this one produces 50 cabbages. And as you can see on the bottom, it just occupies a small area, like 1.2 square meter.
Which variety of cabbage?
The variety of cabbage that was planted, I planted here initially was the Chinese cabbage. But also the normal cabbage can also be produced here. Yeah. So this one, like I've also only planted on 3 layers, but as you can see, on this one multi-story garden, I was able to plant up to 50 cabbages, as compared to when you just plant on the vertical one. Like here down here, unaweza plant like 15, not even 15.
Kwa kaka space?
Yeah, kaka space 1.2 only. You can plant very little as compared to the vertical structure. So this one gives the best production, more produce.
Thank you so much, Leticia Nyongesa, for coming on the show today. Imagine on this space, if you plant using the multi-story garden, you will plant up to 50 Chinese cabbages. But then, ukipanda the same cabbage kwenye ardhi na hii kiwango ya space, itakuletea only 15 cabbages. Jamani, hesabu situfanye, eh? Thank you so much for watching today's episode on Youth in Agriculture. Tumekuwa hapa Isipe, Kasarani, Nairobi County na mkulima bomba sana ambaye ni Leticia Nyongesa. Yeye ni mwanafunzi katika chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta University na ametuelezea vile ya kupanda mimea katika aina hii ya agri-teknolojia. Na kama pia ungetaka tukuje kwenye shamba lako, ni rahisi sana. Send your name, the name of your farm and location to our free SMS line 22151, or you can just DM us at ktnhome_ across all social media pages. You can also get me at Marion_ Nico, the agri producer. If you have any questions to Leticia, you can shoot them kwenye inbox na tutazijibu hapo hapo. A big thank you to everyone who has made this production a success, and see you next week for yet another exciting agriculture episode. My name is Marian Munyaunganga.